Angela Yee on a Monday.
Yes.
October 2nd, bills are due. Which reminds me, I got to pay mine. Jasmine Brand is here. Did
Yes.
you say yes to bills are due?
No, I was excited about it being a new month.
Maynard, your bill is due.
Which bill is that?
The bet you lost. But
I never bet you.
let's get into
I've
some
never bet
Yee.
you.
We'll talk about it in About Last Night.
Okay.
But first, let's discuss Elon Musk. His first wife has a book out. And she's called the, quote, starter wife. And the book is called I Was a Starter Wife. Right? And she's talking about the different things that they went through when they first got married. And at one point, she felt like she was his employee, not his wife. And you know what he said to her?
What?
If you were my employee, I'd fire you.
Oh, okay. I definitely can see him saying that.
But they actually met at university in Ontario, Canada. She's an aspiring writer. She met him. Their initial interaction was a miscommunication about having met at a party, but eventually he did catch her attention. They started dating, and then they went their separate ways, but reunited when he moved to Silicon Valley. Now, apparently, they had a lot of ups and downs in the beginning of their relationship and their marriage. And they actually had a baby, and then the baby died from sudden infant death syndrome at 10 weeks old.
Wow.
And she said after that happened, he withdrew and avoided discussing the death of their baby, and said that her grieving was emotionally manipulative. So then she was on a quest to become pregnant again, and over the next 5 years, she gave birth to twins and then triplets.
By him?
Yeah, and then during this time, she also pursued her literary ambitions. She sold novels to renowned publishers. Everything was good. You know, he had sold his company, made a lot of money. And then she said things got increasingly alienated. He was more engrossed in his work. He got emotionally distant. Their conversations became contentious. And she was involved in a car accident, and her first thought wasn't that she was okay and she wasn't relieved. She was scared of what his reaction would be. And that's when she realized that she became a trophy wife and that she just couldn't deal with it. They went to counseling. And then he said they had to resolve their issues within a day. That was the ultimatum. And when they didn't, he filed for divorce the following morning.
This does not sound like a fun time.
Woo!
Yes.
He was laying law down.
So just an interesting read, by the way. I Was a Starter Wife. That's her account that she wrote for Marie Claire, if you guys want to check that out.
Okay.
Other breakups, let's discuss. Tamar Braxton is single again. Her and her boyfriend, Jeremy Robinson, have broken up. I actually met him with her at Patti LaBelle's house.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, they were there together. And he posted so many questions, so many assumptions. I want to answer all that I can with respect. Yes, Tamar and I are no longer together. I ended the relationship to focus on getting back to positive energy and being a better person. What happened and why, that's our private place. But he did say he never cheated.
Okay. So they broke up because he wanted to focus on getting back to his positive self.
Right.
Oof. So he was not a positive person.
He was his negative self.
Okay.
in a
But I will
relationship.
say, in a relationship, if you feel like you're not being yourself and you're not happier,
Get out of there.
Yeah.
then there's some things to work on. Maybe you don't have to get out, but
No, you
have
gotta
to
get out.
Well,
Get out.
my gosh.
he got out. Okay. Well, much love to both of them.
Yes. Now let's talk about this event that happened. I thought you was going to be there. This Reform Alliance event that Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Michael Rubin, all of them threw together in Atlantic City. I saw Fab was there too. A lot of people were there, and Kevin Hart was hosting. We saw Lala, Kim Kardashian, Tom Brady, Quavo and Travis Scott performed. Derek Jeter was there. According to Page 6, there were 10 to 15 helicopters chauffeuring guests from New York City airports to Atlantic City throughout the night. So it was basically just to raise money for Reform Alliance, and that money does go to helping people and also dealing with reform, justice for prison reform. All right, so Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady both spent $2 million at the art auction, and according to reports, they were very flirty with each other. So who knows if that's true or not. Also, Meek Mill was talking about because Meek Mill did host this event. Meek Mill and Rick Ross have been doing a ton of interviews.
Okay.
But Meek Mill sat down with Swaggy C, and he talked about his close friendship with Drake. Imagine going from being enemies to becoming close friends. Here's what he said.
Me and Drake talking to each other a lot. I see people say stuff about Drake other than this is a joint. Somebody was saying Drake Slime You Out was corny. I texted him. I was like, I don't think Slime You Out corny, and I would tell you if I thought it was corny. I just ain't think the song was corny. Now we got it like that where we could like be brutal. I thought if he think my song corny, he could tell me that. We never was at a space like that before the beef, and then now we got to a space where we could text each other and say anything.
Ooh.
Okay.
Damn. Man, how would you feel if somebody texted you and like if Fab said, yo, your song is corny?
Oh man, I don't see. I don't.
Are you
think
close
we're-
enough with anybody to tell him
Absolutely, but I wouldn't say that.
Or
Okay.
Jimmy? What if Jim Jones was like,
I wouldn't say
bro,
that.
the song is corny?
I wouldn't use those words.
What would you? What kind of language would you use?
If I was ever in a conversation like that, I was like, I don't know if that one is it.
Okay.
All right, well, I can't wait to get to this. That was your Yee. When we come back, we're going to do About Last Night.
Okay.
And I know a lot of us were watching the fight. And a lot of us heard the bet that was made. We're going to replay that for you, all right? About Last Night when we come back. That's Way Up with Angela Yee.